So, welcome to another stream with Marian. We will discuss today current situations happening in Europe, in China, and we'll go into more details about what's going on. So, let's see who is here with us today already. And again, you do know how this is all working. You just ask me questions. If you have any questions, you can let me know. And we will dive into the first updates here. The chart that you see on the screen is again from a well-known YouTube, Twitter account. So again, this is a good opportunity to look. Okay, so hello to my live stream again. Glad to have you here. So what we are going to do today, we're going to look into the chart here from a famous Twitter user. We all know him. It's Stevenson, James Stevenson to be exact. So we will look into this chart, and I just want to explain you a few things that are happening here. And then we're going to look forward into Giga Shanghai. There were some updates coming in a few minutes ago, so we will discuss that as well, the impact of that. And also we're going to dive into some updates from Giga Berlin. So first of all, I'm just going to wait now until the first people are with me here today. And we can look into Robert. Glad to have you here. I hope you're doing good. So we will look into the newest updates. So what I like to start with is actually what's going on with Giga Shanghai. So what we are seeing in Giga Shanghai is that the output has increased after the upgrade. But a few minutes ago, or to be honest with you, today in the morning, there came more informations in that Giga Shanghai is actually currently not having a 100% output. So they are currently working at 93%. So that is something that might be the case because Tesla is moving forward to export now again, and they have a limitation when it comes to export, and the export limitation is the carriers. So it might be the case that Tesla is slowing down a bit here as they cannot produce as much as they want to. And they might have slowed down a little bit as well because we do know that the current deliveries to Chinese consumers are taking a bit more time. So again, we have seen all these parking storage areas from the VUVA video, and I do expect them to be more emptied in the next 3 days. So welcome to all the others that just came in. I'm glad to have you here. If you have any questions, just let me know. Again, I'm doing this live stream here to help you out if you have any questions regarding your order. If you're from the European continent, if you're from the UK or Sweden, Scandinavia, wherever you are, I can help you, especially when it comes to information you would like to receive regarding Giga Berlin and deliveries. So that is very important. So just post a comment inside the stream and I will try to help you out here. So Giga Shanghai again is starting to produce right now already for Australia and Japan. We have received information that the VIN numbers are already allocated here to consumers in those two countries, or they are receiving some. So that is a good sign. The other part is if you're from Europe, we have another full 4 days In those 4 days, actually, we're going to see China production and the production I mentioned right now. And then later on the 1st of October, we're going to switch back to the normal export hub, as we do know it is happening for Giga Berlin. Now, when we talk about a Tesla email, we have more information regarding a new Tesla email, which is indicating that Tesla is really pushing hard here. And I must honestly admit, I received many customers in Germany that told me that there's actually a lot of delivery centers very packed. I mean, to the limit packed. And I'm just meaning, I mean, when I talk about packed, I mean there's no way to move anything anymore. So for the European market, we do see a major final delivery days in Q3. I must honestly admit, I have been into the business of deliveries and monitoring what is going on in Europe since last year. And I must admit that this wave of cars, and I'm saying including the Giga Berlin cars, we have never seen anything like that. They are at all levels totally at the limit. So I think we're going to see now already a good third quarter when it comes to deliveries. But Q4 is just going to be insane. And I know that the word insane is used a lot of times from people. And I think it's a bit overused. But when I mean insane, I mean that there's no preparation, not in the closest way, any kind of expectations realistically what could happen in Q4. But what we see right now in Q3, and based on the feedback, my chef was on its way to Slovenia. And I must honestly admit, guys, there were so many trucks full of Teslas. It is insane. I mean, people are telling me that there are coming carriers after carriers after carriers. It is just getting crazy. In Munich, we currently have a fully packed service center. In Essen, in Dortmund, and in other areas in Germany, they are at the full limit. So we are talking about levels that they haven't seen before. So this is a very good sign. So I just want to give you this insight because German people are receiving cars, they are waiting for cars. But anytime someone is coming to me and says, well, Marian, I picked up my car and there were like 15 other people waiting already in the line to pick up their car. The parking lot was full till the last place. More cars were coming, more new cars were expected. So they are expecting at some service center somewhere around 400 to 500 cars. And I'm talking about one service center, okay? So this is just getting started here in Europe. And we are not even at, we are at close to 2,000 cars per week. That is what we are currently looking at, as you remember. So this is pretty incredible what we currently see here in Europe. So Great American, nice to have you here. And again, for all those who are currently watching, if you have any questions, please let me know. Anything under 366,000 for the quarter now sounds like a letdown. Yeah, I believe Tesla could achieve that. I mean, it's definitely possible. I believe it is possible. And based on the feedback I get from Europe, again, this is just Europe I can talk about because I get a lot of feedback from customers. I can just tell you this is gonna be a shocker for a lot of people because many people don't expect that. And we have seen a lot of complaints about delays when it comes to Giga Berlin, when it comes to the production, when it comes to the Model Y long range. And we're going to talk about the Model Y long range and Model Y performance in a moment when it comes to Giga Berlin. But this is just getting out of hand here a bit, to be honest with you. So if you have any information from the States, please let me know. If you have any kind of, information that match a bit what is going on here. But to be honest with you, I have never been that bullish when it comes to Q3 and now Q4. For the Giga Berlin information, we're going to look into that in a moment as well. Let's just get started with the chart that I would like to use for that. So for Giga Berlin, as we all know, and again, I'm using here the information from Stevenson on Twitter. You might know him, so I'm allowed to do that. I have asked him, so that's not a problem. Thomas is pretty much asking the correct question right now. So glad to have you here, Thomas Scotland. Sorry. Thanks for the great updates every day. I have one question. Do you know if the 20 wheels have started coming from Giga Berlin, or is it just the 19? So here's the point. The thing about the 20 wheels, they are still coming from China. There's no update yet when Tesla will switch to use them in Giga Berlin when it comes to the Model Y long range. When it comes to the Model Y long range 19 wheels, they are actually having some issues there. And there are rumors that Tesla is actually having a lack of wheels. So they have some kind of issues. But again, these are rumors, and those rumors are not, I don't have any proof yet for that. On the other hand, they are producing cars, and they are still producing cars as well with the 19, with the size of 19 when it comes to the wheel. So again, I'm trying to investigate what's going on. That's what I can promise you. And I hope to find some more news when it comes to the Model Y long range. What we see here in the graph is that the gray area on the top and way further upwards is Texas, but the gray on top, we clearly see that Giga Berlin is going to start having a major impact. I think the first major impact is not going to be Q3 but Q4, because that could be the game changer when it comes to achieving around about 500,000 cars in 1 quarter. Again, keep in mind we have the Model Y Performance, the Model Y Long Range. Currently we are producing, and I'm just going to open the calculator here for you. Currently we are producing close to 2,000 cars per week. So 2,000 cars per week times 4 is 1 month times 3. Again, not every single month has 30 days. It's not close to 7 days of work week. So what we have to do is we take 5 days. But we have 4, I was actually correct because we are talking about weekly production. So we are currently aiming for around 24,000 cars in Q3. But I do expect Tesla to reach more than 30,000 cars in Q4, definitely. I think they could even achieve 40,000 cars in Q4. Nevertheless, if you keep in mind that they are working on producing 24,000 cars, of which I would estimate around 6,000 cars are going to the big rental companies, then we have 18,000 cars going to private customers. And for private customers, that is already a pretty big number when it comes to Model Y Performance and Model Y Long Range, just, and this is the point here, just with 2 colors. And this is what many people out there forget. Tesla is actually pretty good in setting cars just in 2 colors here. So Brad is asking, can you comment on the areas and attitudes in the north and the former East Germany versus the south, and where most legacy cars are being built? Please let me know, compare and contrast, help the Americans to understand. So Brad, in Germany, the north is more like a farming area and small business area. When it comes to the west, it is the highest density area. A lot of cities very close together. We had the steel and the coal business over there, but now we get more and more regular businesses, big businesses, as well chemical businesses like Bayer is over there. And then in the south, you have a lot of suppliers for the car industry, a lot of them, rubber mats, small parts that you need for your car. And then in the east is getting a lot of upgrades right now. Lots of people that are currently thinking about building a business over there, like Tesla. So a lot of stuff happening there. But Berlin and the east is more like it's more like a startup area, especially Berlin. It's like Silicon Valley. It's more like a startup area. A lot of vibes about that. So let's see. Yeah, that's pretty much how you can compare the differences here. So going back to what I talked about when it comes to Giga Berlin. So I do expect Tesla not to launch the Model Y standard range this year coming out of the factory in Giga Berlin. I do expect Tesla, though, to go into the direction to export from China to Europe with the standard range. That is what I mentioned before. And then we are also looking into expanding towards more colors, and that is the biggest struggle currently to actually achieve finally all colors like in Austin. And so that is something we are still keen to wait for. That is a point to admit, and keen to wait for is a nice and nice way to say that. It's more like a frustrated way. Is Germany still receiving most of its Model Y variants from Giga Shanghai? No, that's not the case. So Model Y performance in general is not coming from China, but there is only a production of the Model Y performance in white and black. And then we have as well the Model Y long range that is currently having with the bigger wheels. They are coming from China, and the smaller wheels are coming from Germany. So it's pretty much like, I would say, like 60-70% of the Model Ys are actually coming from Giga Berlin. Yeah. So as I mentioned before, I think if we have like a monstrous quarter, we can expect something between 450 to 500,000 cars in the last quarter. And then with the 2 new factories in 2023 really ramping like crazy, we should be expecting some insane numbers next year. So, TD, Sooner, glad to have you here. Regarding the gas prices, well, so if you buy gasoline, it is actually the case that you pay currently around €1.90 per liter. I have no per liter, yeah. It's like €1.93. And on weekends it goes up to €2, but it has stabilized, and it went down recently again already. But then P dot, I would call him now, decided to make a bit more stress again. So this is why they're reacting so fast to go up again. Yeah. Lionel, Pedro, welcome back to Portugal. And Florin, my delivery changed from November, December to January, March. So Florin, I do not know again what your car was. Is it a long range, if I may ask? And TD Sooner, I do expect the demand in Europe to continue to be strong, definitely. There is so much more room and so much more markets that Tesla can work on and work with. So there is plenty of potential. So for those people, guys, with me. Oh, Michael, thank you for changing that towards the gallon, because I'm not aware of how much it is per gallon, to be honest. Florine, you have, or Andre, to be honest, white standard. Okay. Um, just to clarify, because standard range is one that we have right now as well, Model Y. Um, I I do think you mean like the long range. Then it would be um, then it would be the case, like many in Germany who moved back as well, but then moved forward again, Florine. So it should be moving back again. There were some people moving into next year, and then it moved back into November again. And so I do expect the same to happen with you. If you just remind me, it was it Finland where you're from? I'm not sure anymore. Um, Leonel, for the Model Y RWD, it's supposed to come the standard range, I would call it. It's coming from China, and I think it should be coming. But in Q4 from China first, and then by next year it will be built in Germany. Yeah, Norway. So to be honest with you, I'm actually surprised that you didn't receive your car then, because we have so many people receiving cars in Norway. I mean, you guys get a lot of deliveries of Model Y long range, Model Y performance, actually more currently, I have the feeling, than many other markets in Europe. So I believe that your numbers, you should be moving into the 2022 year again. Lionel, it will be the BYD Blade battery, pretty much an LFP battery as well, that you're gonna find in that car. For all those people actually not knowing what I actually do full time, my job is actually working for Tessy Supply. So if you receive a car wherever you are in Europe, you can check out our website. I'm just gonna post the link inside the stream. So in case you need anything for your car, just please let me know. So I can just pin that here. We deliver all over Europe. So just check that out. Not, lots of nice products. Products actually as well made in Germany, a few, and a lot of products from Europe. So it's not all Chinese products that we have. So just keep that in mind. Got a lot of nice possibilities for you if you would like to work on your Tesla. Okay, let's continue. So again, for those who came back here or are with us now for the first time, I've talked about the experience that there's like insane deliveries happening in Europe, all over the place. Especially in Germany, I have received a lot of feedback from delivery centers that are fully packed. So keep that in mind. It's going to be a few more days of crazy demand, and not demand, deliveries happening. Okay, so Michael Tourenfahrer, does it make any sense to order a MSM colored M3 instead of white? Well, at the beginning of the year, I would have told you yes, it makes a lot of sense. But right now it's getting so crazy, and you don't really know anymore what is giving you an advantage. So I wouldn't tell you to actually change anything, because it could really set you back when it comes to deliveries. Again, beginning of the year it was a different story, but right now I'm not sure about that. William, it is just going crazy. That is true what you're saying. Let's go Germany. This is all I can say. I mean, there is just a volume in a way that we haven't seen before. And there's another ship actually coming. I'm just going to show you that. So there's still the Höegh St. Petersburg, Höegh Traveler, sorry, is still on its way to Europe. So that's just crazy. Yeah, William, it's the same for the US with the Austin factory. It's pretty much the same. That's true. Great American. Well, thanks for the feedback from a service center leader in Florida who told you that delivery dates on the website are algorithmic and are not exact and firm. Glad to know that. I have told that many people in Germany. It's just software that is sadly not that accurate as we would wish it to have. Tesla minus updates .github.io. That's the website. Adam, nice to have you here with us. So you have a Model Y standard range. Will release. You ordered one, and when will really start deliveries in European Union during December? So Adam, based on the delivery on the website, it says December. And here comes now the point, if I believe it's going to happen. I'm not sure if it's going to happen. It could be February based on what's going on. So it's not going to come from the German plant. It's supposed to come from China first, which makes a lot of sense because Tesla has a big production line there for the standard range. But I am not sure yet how many carriers are going to come from Germany or from Germany moving them to Europe. So this is going to be the point here. So is that really going to happen or not? How many spaces do they have for the standard range? So I do believe it could be worst case February. Then we have the new ship, the new carriers actually coming from China, and then I do expect that to be on there. The point is, it can happen at that point when all colors and all wheel sizes are actually going to be produced in Germany. So no other Model Ys are actually going to come from China. Then it's easier and they have a lot of space to move the standard range onto the carriers. So that is kind of the point why I believe it's not going to happen by December. I hope for it, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I would say we're going to do it a bit shorter today. So I just want to thank you for your time. If you do like that, this concept, I would be glad to have you back here on Thursday. So I do wish you a wonderful day. Glad to have you all here. And hopefully I see you back here on Thursday. So thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.